there are only 3 ways in which you can expand the value of a customer, and I want to go through them and how you can use them to expand your customer's value for any customer. And this is actually true for any business, not just SaaS, but for any customer, you can expand the value of that customer through 3 things. So the idea would be to say, okay, so let's say that today we are selling like a core module to a customer, and it's just like that one product, and we're selling him for whatever, let's say 10 users. So that is that, and we're charging him, let's say $10 per user, right? So that would mean that we have like this like cube or size of customer that we have here, right? And then the idea would be to say, okay, so how do we make this customer worth more? Well, we can sell him the other product that would take him here, right? And then we would potentially like get the other, like an additional cube, so we would double the revenue. Or we could sell him, let's say, 10 additional users, right? And then if we do both things, then we will both say, well, we're going to sell him the 10 additional users here. We're going to do it on both the products. And then the value will be even bigger, right? So the idea is that for each of these 3 different drivers, the number of users, and it can be API calls or number of whatever live shopping malls, whatever it is that your SaaS solution does, or the number of products that we have compared to what we could sell him, and the pricing, they multiply on each other, right? So if you double the amount of products and double the amount of users, you 4x the total value of this customer. And if you then also say, well, actually $10 per user is like really not a lot, so we're going to go for $20 per user. You take the entire cube here and you just like map it out to sort of 1 mega cube, right? And the idea is for you to look at these 3 different drivers, the number of, the metric that you're pricing by, the products that you have, let's say that you have whatever, like a tiered structure here, and you have some add-ons. You say, well, maybe my customer's only buying like this much, and I could sell him like this and this as well. And maybe I'm under monetizing in my pricing in some way. And you need to sort of figure out, well, where am I doing the worst? Like compared to what I think is achievable and like a reasonable benchmark. So we don't necessarily want to move all the things at the same time. We actually want to focus on the one where we say, well, here we really truly suck compared to what we think we could do. And then we want to move that, right? So let's say that you're selling, I had a client once that they sold a piece of sales software to insurance companies. And he had a pilot customer, and he said, well, the insurance company wants like 20 seats, and that's great. And they want to test the software, and awesome. And they had like negotiated a really good price point and so on. And they had like more roadmap incoming. And then I said, well, how many potential users does this insurance company have? And they're like, well, they have like 500 sales reps so that could potentially use this. So like, okay, so you have 20 out of 500. So you're saying like you have like a 4% utilization rate or adoption rate with this account, like 4%. Okay, so what's more realistic? That we could get 25 times the price, or that we could just get all 500 users? It's like, okay, probably we could get like 10 times the users, but not even 10 times the price. So it seems like getting more users is absolutely the way to grow this type of accounts. Could we sell them 25 times more different products? Well, we haven't even built them yet. We might, next year we might come up with 1 more product to sell them. So here we could 2x it, right? So for an account like that, we definitely want to see, well, where do we suck the most, right? Our pricing probably is fine. Like maybe we could do another 50% on the price. Maybe we could do another 100%. That might be within the realm of the possibility, but we definitely couldn't do 25 times the price. But we could do 25 times the volume on the given product we have. So here, the very, very easiest way where we suck the most is to just do more volume, right? So, and maybe that even includes like lowering the price or just including more product or whatever it is, and just saying, hey, we're even going to give a little bit on the edges, the other edges of this cube to just like drive this dimension, and saying, hey, or we wanted to give something on the terms and conditions, like give them some sort of a guarantee, or we're going to work with them in a certain way, just if they want to increase the momentum here. Or we want to create a pricing model where we say, well, we only sell this in increments of 50 users, something like that. Or we want to say, hey, we have a special discount where, you hit a certain new price once you get to 100 users. And then you hit a certain new discount once you get to 100% of users where everybody uses it. So you can use these other drivers to sort of implement each other. And the idea is to just find the biggest cube that you can. So this is one of the reasons where we can use redesigns of the packaging model and the price points and the pricing model to just affect the kind of adoption we have and the kind of monetization we have of the overall account. But it actually starts with two things, like figuring out how does the cube look today, right? We have this like super small cube in here. And then imagining like, what is like the super large mega cube that we would like have in the future, right? What does that look like? And then you can imagine like some sort of super cube that is just like 25 times larger. And if you don't need to necessarily, of course it would be awesome if you could execute on that mega cube, but if you can just like execute on even some of that mega cube, you're probably multiples better off compared to where you are today. And this is a much more powerful way to think about redesigning pricing models and redesigning expansion models and redesigning product packaging compared to just going from where you are and incrementally out. Just start from the mega cube, like the ideal customer adoption, price and use of your product, and just try to sort of bridge that gap with the model that you implement. So I hope this idea of the expansion cube makes sense to you and why it's such a powerful concept to think in these sort of 3 dimensions on customer value and how they map onto each other. So I hope you found it helpful, and good luck to you. Hey there, so I create these videos for free so that you can take your great SaaS product and turn it into a great SaaS business. So if you like the video and you got value from it, you should of course subscribe to the channel and also tell a friend. So write someone and say, hey, you're in SaaS, this guy talks about SaaS, maybe there's something in there for you. So that is the only way that this channel actually grows or these videos gets around. And this is sort of how I try to provide value to everyone. I have a network of clients that I have, and I get most of my business from referrals only. So the reason I make the videos and write the books and so forth is actually to just provide value to everyone else, because I can only be in one place at a time. So my hope with all these videos is just to do more good in the world. And if you tell a friend or you share, you can help me do that. So thank you.